Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Pinky Pod. This is going to be a comedy special featuring me, Antonio Iacobellis, and Nick Lucero. Also at this event and asked not to be recorded, which lucky for him because I was interrupting people and I did everything that you shouldn't do. So I would just like to say that I am not posting this video to glorify the consumption of alcohol or endorse my actions in any way possible. I'm actually severely embarrassed at how I acted and reacted to the situation. I was worried the barbershop was going to kick us out, so I ended the show early and I was a complete drunk mess, the opposite of what anyone should do at a comedy show. So I would like to apologize to my fellow comedians and to the owner of the barbershop. I hope I can learn from this. I hope you can learn from this and enjoy the show.
Dinky's insane. Dinky's insane. Rain.
Live from Ogden, it's Empyre Live! Give it up for your cast. We have Raider Mike, Joe Elgin, Hammond Overbeck, Nick Lucero, Antonio Iacobellis, with special guest, Pinky. Oh, yeah, well, I'm the host, Luke H, for In the Cut comedy. The Pinky would never have anything to do with a barbershop show. You guys ever seen Barbershop?
Yes.
Y'all ever heard of Ice Cube? So anyways, as you can see, we got a fully loaded house tonight. I paid these kids to be here. How much? We were talking about how many Robux?
I only
$8 billion. Fucking Dr. Evil over here. Yeah, I ran into the owner's dad at the bar I work at, and he was with his brother. And you ever meet someone and they automatically treat you like a racist? He's like, we're the same gringo. You can put us both on the same tab, my brother. And I'm like, are you doing a white voice? Why do I sound like fucking Dr. Evil? Your tab will be 1 million pesos. Oh, what was the last name on the tab? Rodrigo? We're trying to understand. I was just out in Arizona, and it sucked because I missed my flight by being a retard. I was just $4 PBRs in an airport? That's worth missing my $200 flight for. And then I'm supposed to go like, okay, since no one's here, we can do a deep cut. I was being very mean against Indian people before I missed my flight. Just kidding. No. I was there was a crying Indian baby next to me in the airport, and I was like, I deserve everything in my whole life to be sat next to this crying Indian baby. And I wasn't. I thank God. I thank my whole group chat where I was making Indian jokes. And then I land to Arizona, and I'm like, I got to get to this bar, right? I got to get to this bar. You know, I'm very stressed out from making Indian jokes my whole flight, so I have to get to my destination. So I get my Uber to Walk and Roll, the hottest sushi and karaoke spot in Arizona. I'm on my way to Walk and Roll, and I show up, and they say, "You're at the Walk and Roll. This is now an Indian restaurant. This is called Dinzar's Lounge, and we serve Indian food." And I'm like, "Am I getting fucking punked right now?" Also, after I missed my flight, I had to, do the same trip. I had to take the front runner to the airport or whatever. And I saw a Chinese family miss the front runner. And I had never laughed more in my life. And then I was like, I deserve to miss that flight. This is an experience. Usually I can hear one laughter. Yeah, thank you. I reserved that laughter. I feel so bad right now.
Why?
Because we're gonna do a show at the Barbershop. We're gonna fill it out. I'm gonna wear my Wigger shirt. Shoreline Mafia. I was gonna have fuck, dude. I'm bombing, and there's no reason, bro. There's no reason. I can say whatever I want. I'm like a free little boy in a free little world. Like, you know what I mean? These kids, what the fuck? I've never seen this before. You guys on Roblox? You guys, can you trade crypto for me? He's on what is that, Sudoku? I can't even fucking comprehend Sudoku. What the fuck? Is their mom Chinese? They can't hear me?
They brought new homework. Oh, shit. Oh,
my God. Whatever, dude. They're not getting my shirt on Roblox. They're not getting an interview on the Pinky Pod. I was gonna see if they fucking, they don't know how much of a big deal I am, actually. So I was just in Phoenix and there was a case of the plague. And that wasn't me going, that was separate of me being there, I would wait. I thought I was going to close the show.
You're hosting.
I like to look to him because he doesn't reassure me at all. You ever try and look into the void and the void looks back? That's fucking Antonio right there. He's never done anything to fucking console me. It's just like, I need help. He's like, you knew. You know what's fucked up? Me and Antonio, we've both done this podcast, Let's Ruin Our Lives. And so I went out to visit our buddy Josh out in Arizona, right? Antonio, how old are you?
What?
How old are you, bro?
27.
Antonio's 27. I went out to visit our buddy Josh, right? And Josh looks at me, who's 39, and is like, Antonio's closer to my age, right? And I'm like, God, he's younger than me, bro. What's the inside? What? We out here. We out here. Where'd Zay go? I feel so bad, bro. I had a whole half hour of barbershop material, dude.
Still do.
All right, so one time, nah. Actually, I will end on a barbershop story, dude. In 7th grade. In 7th grade. No, I said a story, not a joke. Fucking calm down, dude. In 7th grade, I got caught ditching school. And, I'm a little blonde boy. I go to a Mexican restaurant with my friend. This whole, and he's a little twink. He's got hair like you. Yeah, honestly, he looks exactly like you. So I'm in this, I'm ditching school. I'm in a Mex. I'm kidding. I'm in a Mex. Oh yeah. So I'm in a Mexican restaurant.
Okay.
And my friend said they gotta take a shit. I'm like, I can't be caught in this Mexican restaurant when I'm ditching school in 7th grade. So I go out in the corner like any good Latina, and I'm just like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, they're coming for us. We ditched school, 7th grade. That's what they did. I got arrested at fucking 13 years old. And you know what I do? I say, oh, My brother in there is taking a shit. We're sick. We both have been shitting so much, and that's my brother in there. Meanwhile, I'm fucking a poster boy for Hitler. Blue eyes and blonde hair. Meanwhile, this kid with black hair and bowel problems comes out, and we get arrested. And anyway, my punishment was I had to get a bowl cut. And my first girlfriend I ever got broke up with me because of this bowl cut. And so if barbershops aren't the fucking devil's workshop, we got another comedian come on stage. Shut the fuck. Stop laughing when you're not supposed to laugh, motherfucker. Who's going to interview me? Who's going to... Joe. You're supposed to be the first.
What do you do to get a mullet?
It's a mullet, and I got it here. Use promo code PINKY on all your fucking purchases at Empyre Barbershop. Please have us back again. We love the... Don't do that again. Yeah, no more clapping, because it throws me off, bro. What did I say? No more clap. No.
Jack and Coke. Normally when I say Jack and Coke, they mix it together, but I want the short of Jack with the low side of the Coke. I don't like the mixture. I like to take my shot. So what all is in that bad boy?
Peanut butter whiskey and some raspberry corn.
We're gonna see. Sounds great. We're about to find out.
Oh no, it's a huge glass for that little
My
thing.
adrenaline's pumping.
Are you guys ready? This guy's got my fidget spinner. He's ready for Nick Lucero.
Thanks, Pinky. Thanks for being here. This is really awesome. Thanks, Nate, for bringing your kids. Never did a show. I mean, no, I get you. Don't mouth off, little buddy. This ain't the time. Good to see it. No, I've never done a show where kids were in the front row, man. Would you say your names were Ricky and Bobby? Ricky, you said the F word just now? No, this kid, why are you letting him hang out with kids who say the F words, man? He told me I was supposed to, they were like, dude, it's a clean show. There's going to be kids. I'm like, dude, because I normally say the F word, the B word, the Q word, the Z word. I say all the flipping words. I say all the words normally, dude. You guys are one slightly chubby kid away from being the three ninjas. Do you guys realize that? You guys read? You can read? What grade are you guys in? 6. Hell yeah, dude. You don't have to do shit still, bro. You're so far away from paying taxes, man. This is the best time of your life, bro. You remember that? When all you had to do was color and shit? Go outside and not punch a kid in the face, do a little kickball? Dude, what a great time to be a kid. I was a kid in the 90s. You know what the 90s were? What year were you guys born? 2013? Dude, I was fucking colored inside the lines way before then, dude. I was killing it. What about you, 2013? Yeah. I had a DUI by then. Do you know what a DUI is? That means I made a bad choice and had way too much fun and tried to get home by myself. That's what it means. Yeah, dude, I don't have kids, dude. You guys have kids? Are you guys together? Brother and sister? I was hoping you were going to say brother and sister. But yeah, dude, you guys have kids or no? Yeah, dude, I don't have. You got kids? Buddy, I tell you why I don't have kids. Right, when I was like 3 years old, my mom bought me my first dog ever, dude, like a little Cocker Spaniel, and I was like 4, dude, and I got to name it, and I named it Slobbers, which is kind of a genius name for a 4-year-old. You know what I mean? That's pretty amazing. And he was like my homie, dude, like a boy and his dog, they say. You know what I mean? I'd pick up his little turds, and we'd go for walks. And one day I was hanging out with my mom, and her friend Diana Martinez came to the house one time, and they were all hanging out. And she was backing out of the driveway, and I'm like a little kid, and I watched, and listen here, boys, I want to teach you a little something about life. I watched this lady back right over that cute little dog, dude, honest to God. And I'm like this high, dude, right? Bird's eye view. And I remember looking at my mom and saying, like, get this bitch the fuck out my face. Like, I don't even want to see this hoe. You know what I mean? I was a little, and I've sounded like I sound now since I was like 3. Dude, I was like, I don't want to be bothered with this bitch. And then like when I was in the 6th grade, she bought me another dog, even cuter, right? Do you know what a miniature schnauzer is? It's the cutest dog in the world, my boy. Cutest dog. And I named him Barkley because I was even better at naming dogs by then. You know what I mean? And then I watched Frank Campani, the old man down the road, run that dog over. And I was like, I ain't never having kids. Somebody's gonna run that little prick over. You know what I mean? That's the same reason I don't have dogs. You know what I mean? I used to be a barber. This is a crazy thing to do, comedy in a barbershop. I thought they were all gonna be here, dude. I thought it was gonna be, all the barbers were gonna be here.
Next time.
That's another reason I don't have kids, dude. Once I started cutting kids' hair, I was like, fuck these assholes. Are you done? I'm itchy. Yeah, dude. Barbershop was, dude, I cut hair for I still do, 20 years almost. And I've only, because we use the razors, you know what I mean? I've only cut a couple. I remember I cut one guy. The first dude I ever cut with a razor, his dead now, God rest his soul. I don't know how he died, just probably being weird. But he was I don't want to say retarded because you're not supposed to, but he was off, my guy. You know what I mean? I remember he'd come in, my boss would always cut his hair. This cat named Jamie Spenlove, and he wasn't all there. And he's like, hey, can I get a haircut? I want a haircut. Can I get a haircut? I want to look like him. I want to look like this guy. He was super weird, dude. And one day he came in, and my boss wasn't there. And it's like, can you shave my head? I want to look like Yul Brynner. Yul Brynner's a movie star from the 40s and 50s, a referential, right? But I happen to know who that was because I was raised by my grandparents who were old as flip. They're playing Candy Crush. But yeah, I'm cutting this dude's hair, and he wanted his head shaved, right? And I'd shaved a bunch of heads by then. I was very good at it. I never cut anybody. But I was shaving this mongoloid's head, right? Don't laugh at that. What the hell's wrong with you, man? I'm just trying to paint a picture. I'm just telling you what happened. Laugh at the word mongoloid. I get it. It's the most awesome word in the world, Pinky Skank. You know Pinky?
I do.
Closeted homosexual. I don't know if you guys know that. When I was cutting this dude, and like I said, I cut a million heads of hair by then. I shaved a bunch of heads because you do the steam tail, you know what I mean? You put a hot steam tail on the dude's head. And I'd done it a bunch of times. I was very confident. Anyway, I did all of that. And then I put the shaving cream. And then I took my blade and immediately just took a 50-cent piece slice of meat off this homie's head, dude. No, don't. Yeah, dude. And I remember just my heart going boom. And this dude, and there's a bunch of old men just sitting there waiting their turn. And I got radio sitting there bleeding out his head. Don't laugh at that. God, he's a piece of shit. Is that your friend? I'm just kidding. But yeah, dude's bleeding, dude. And I'm just flipping out, man. What do you got there?
Nuts. Just straight nuts.
What? On a Mexican car?
Show it to the camera.
Show it to the camera. Don't walk all the way over there and do that. That's weird. Don't do that. Sit there and be 11 or whatever age you are. But yeah, dude, I sliced the hell out of this dude, and I didn't know what to do. And then this guy is like, you know what? It's my fault. I moved. I'm like, goddamn right it was. And I just blamed it on him right away. Yeah, dude, cutting hair was a bummer, man. I used to, I owned a barbershop for 10 years, dude, and I fell into owning this barbershop, and my partner was a super oldie. I don't even know I'm using a flipping microphone in this room. No shit. They're right fucking there. Anyways, it's not even scary, mama. She's peed a little. But yeah, dude, for real, dude, I remember years later, I used to, I owned a barbershop with this old dude, you know what I mean? And the old dude had a stroke because he looked like Santa Claus, and he had a stroke during playing Santa Claus. Ruined Christmas for a couple of kids. But I remember, he was all effed up, but he still cut hair, and he couldn't. I'd save this old man from getting his ass kicked every week. You know what I mean? People would try to beat this old man's ass because he'd say an N-word in front of some black dudes, or he just wasn't there anymore. And one day, I remember one of my regular clients, he paid me in weed chocolate bars. I was like, that's cool. And I remember I ate one that night, and then I left one there over the weekend. And I was like, I wonder what would happen if I gave the old man a little tiny bit of that thing. And then like the next week, I didn't even think about it when I got there. I ate the chocolate bar except for one little piece. And I said to the old man, I'm like, you like chocolate? He's like, I love chocolate. I'm like, here, have a piece. And then like 20 minutes goes by, dude. And it's just me and the old man in this barbershop. There's nobody there. It's a slow day. It's snowy. It's a gorgeous December morning. You know what I mean? And there's nobody there. And like 20 minutes after I give this old man this little piece of weed chocolate, he walks out of the office and he walks up and he's like, Nick, I love you, man. Like, you're my best friend. I'm like, Barney, dude, we've been cutting it. His name was Barney, if you could flip and believe it. Fucking, I'm sorry. But if you could flip and believe it, you know what I mean? Like, this dude, he looked like, you know, he was happy as hell, and he'd come out of there and was like, Nick, I love you so much. I'm like, Barney, I love you, dude. We've been homies for 5, 6, 7 years. I love you, buddy. He's like, I'm gonna go back and watch Lion King, because he watched Disney movies on his PC in the office. And like 20 minutes after that, somebody came in, and if it wasn't like our personal clients, it was like we'd trade off, and it was like nobody. So I was like, Barney, you're up. And like 20 minutes after that, he was all good. 20 minutes after that, he walked out of the office and is like, what's going on? Like, I don't know what's happening. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, I ate the rest of that chocolate bar, so I'm having my own fucking problems. You know what I mean? And I remember I just left and I went down to the, gas station and got a little OJ, a little breakfast taste, you know what I mean? And I came back and the old man standing in the same spot that he was standing in when I left, like 7 minutes before, bro. And the dude who was trying to get his haircut is like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, he's diabetic, dude. Don't worry about him. He's got diabetes. Don't even sweat it. You know what I mean? So I sit the old man down. I'm like, I'm going to cut the hair today, baby. You just sit back. And I cut the dude's hair all fast. I want to get him the fuck out of there. I got things to talk about. You know what I mean? And then so he leaves and I go back to the back and the old man's sitting there. I'm like, Barney, are you all right? He's like, no! My eyes won't work. I can't feel my arms. He's like fucking like, he's like 79 years old, dude, never had weed in his life. And I thought it was going to solve his stroke problems. I don't know why he thought that, but I thought it was going to be okay. But it was not. I thought it was going to be on the news. I no shit thought they was going to catch my ass. And I remember I told him, he's like, my legs won't work. And I'm like, Barney, get up. And I remember he walked like 10 feet, dude, and he was all fucked up. He couldn't get there. And I'm like, Barney, just sit down, bro. And then he just like turned around all smooth and walked back. He didn't even know he did it. He just like turned around and I was like, dude, I can't do this. I'm all scared, bro. I'm going to be on the news. Right? So I told him, I'm going to cut the hairs. I'll cut all the hair today. Don't you sweat a damn thing. I'll cut the hair. So, after every haircut, I go back there and check out. I'm like, Barney, you all right? And like the first probably 2 haircuts, it was just him trying to be comfy. He couldn't get comfy, and then I went back there and then I just seen his feet laying down and my heart went boom, you know what I mean? And then I was like, Barney! And he like pokes his head up and is like, are you gonna ask me how I'm doing every time you walk back here? I'm like, fuck yeah. That's Swiss chocolate. That's a lot of sugar for a diabetic, man. I didn't know you were supposed to eat that. You know what I mean? He's like, I'll be all right. So the whole rest of the day, I was just checking on you. So finally, because we close at 6:30, right? We're a reputable business. We close at a good time. So around 5:30, he like got to that level of stone that I was hoping he was going to be the whole time. And it's like out there like dapping everybody up, dude. Like this, man, I love you. You know what I mean? But he would like do this thing after every word. He'd look at the guy and he'd just go. With both eyes, dude. He winked big as fuck with both eyes, and they'd be like, what's wrong with him? I'm like, he's diabetic. Don't you even sweat it, baby. Don't sweat it, is diabetic, dude. I was almost diabetic. I went and had a physical 3 weeks ago, and it's like, you're not diabetic, but act like you are. It's like, you ain't yet, but just act like you've been. But and I remember he was getting all weird, and I remember because he had a stroke and he couldn't drive home, so the kid would come pick him up. And I remember telling the old man, I'm like, do not tell your kid I gave you candy. Because he is diabetic, no shit, he really was. He can barely see. I remember telling him, like, please don't say shit, man. And then he never did. And I remember, that's a funny ass story to tell today, but the day that it happened, home girl, I thought I was doing time. Elderly abuse. I dosed this old man something fierce, bro. I was so scared. I remember calling the homies. I remember I had 2 homies like, what? You gave Barney weed, chocolate? I'm coming to hang out. And I remember they'd come and hang out all day, fuck with them. I'm like, hey, stop talking to that old man right now. Yeah, dude, old people, man. Do you know what's crazy? Like the kids nowadays, like the teenagers and these like young TikTokers, you TikTok them? No. Dude, people don't respect their elders anymore, bro. Do you know why? Because the old people are way sexier now than they ever were, I think. Right? But it's just, dude, I wish I was old. I wish I was these kids' age, but still the 90s. What's your favorite thing to watch on TV? Dateline NBC, dude, it was mine as a kid too, man. Hell yeah, dude, like I said, I've sounded like this since I was like 4 years old, bro. Like I sounded like an adult in the first grade. I'd never swore and shit, but I'd always like get there with real word problems as a little kid, you know what I mean? In first grade, I'd be like, hey, Mrs. Trujillo, let's not do any math till like maybe not even today. If we're gonna do math, let's maybe do it after lunch, man. This is a crazy day for me. Like last night, I got into an episode of Dateline NBC that I had no business watching as a 5-year-old. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't do any sleep. So let's just color. Let's just go outside. Let's just go outside and color. Can we do that? For real? Everybody's like, you got a radio voice. And you can't be on the radio unless you have like a broadcasting degree. So you got to do something with your voice, dude. So I like give bad news. I work for a nursing home and I give bad news to the kids. I'm like, hey, is this Kenny Jensen? Yeah, your mom just hung it up, my guy. You want to go golf? You want to go play golf? Yeah, your mom's dead as a doornail, dude, but I got a tea time for 10 o'clock tomorrow. But I have like such a good voice. You're like, dude, that's a bummer, man. What time did you say? Where are we going? Nibley Park? I love Nibley Park. Dude, so I give people bad news. When you finally, if you want to break up with me, I give great bad news. Nate Bash, you want to finally tell him he's not really your kid. I'll give him the bad news, man. I'm sorry that Pinky made you all do this. I'm Nicholas Lucero. And Mike Morales is my dad. Thank you.
You want the broken mic?
So they said they're in 6th grade, right? Shall I go to junior high next year? Dude, junior high for me was a crazy time. Elementary school was too. I was a weird kid. Huh? I used to, one of my favorite things to do is I would print out, I'd find like my favorite movie or video game, like on Google Images, and then I'd print out just like a bunch of fucking pictures of my favorite thing, staple them all together like they were a flip book. And then just like hang them out to kids at school. Not kidding, dude. That's literally what I would do. But once I got into junior high and I realized how my dick worked, it went from like Jurassic Park to like porn, real quick. Like me and my friend who'd come over, we'd go on my parents' computer when they were home, typing just like on Google Images like big boobs, just print them out, just staple them together like a fucking binder did. Yeah, just like, whoa! Just flipping through it. Yeah, dude, that's shitty. Whenever you go from like, an actual kid into like learning how your dick works, that's when everything changes as a man. That's when it all changes. You're like, whoa. That's when you start getting mean to your parents too, because you're like, you go from like loving your mom, and you're like, I love you, oh my God, thank you, to just like, bring me my fucking macaroni. No, dude. No, I didn't do that. The one time I cussed my mom, my dad nearly put me through a wall. That was incredible. I lifted up off the ground and I was like, whoa, here I go, dude. It was awesome. No, but junior high was a weird time. Junior high was wild. You're going to meet a lot of weird people in junior high. They're not paying attention. I'm talking to you guys.
You should focus on the balls on the phone.
Okay, all right. No, I'm not. I don't want you to show me shit. I don't need to be on a list today. I've almost gotten canceled twice. I don't need a third attempt.
Rookie.
I'm good, dude. I'm good. Especially, I think Ogden is the only place that I've almost gotten canceled twice. It's only been Ogden, nowhere else. Nice. No, dude, in junior high, shit was weird. I remember some of my favorite teachers I ever met were in junior high, especially this guy named Mr. Johnson. He had cerebral palsy. So he was in a wheelchair, he was strapped down with like 20 leather straps across his fucking legs, going all the way down. They had to make sure to keep him in that chair. I don't know why. I don't know if they thought he was dangerous or something, but I did end up finding out that he was dangerous. So he was a world history teacher. And basically there was one day where there was a lot of like the popular shitty kids that just wanted to talk over the teacher, be annoying little shits, you know. I hated those kids because I was a fucking weirdo. And they kept talking and talking and talking over Mr. Johnson all day. He was in his wheelchair trying to teach. And he's like, I will tell you this once. If you don't stop talking over me, I'm going to unstrap myself from this wheelchair and crawl around this fucking classroom. And I was like, please keep talking. Holy shit, I need to see this. Because I love monster movies, right? And I was like, I need to see this terror unfold. And so lo and behold, like 20 minutes later, these kids keep talking, they keep talking over him. And he goes, all right, that's it. And he starts unstrapping himself from the wheelchair. And each strap he undoes, he looks angrier and angrier and is looking at every single kid in the room. And he's like, that's it. And he unstraps the final one and he just slugs on the ground, dude. He gets on his elbows and just starts army crawling after every kid in the fucking classroom. The girls are jumping up on the desk and they're like, ah! Meanwhile, I'm in the back of the class like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm like, I'm having the time of my life, dude. Oh my God. After that, dude, like there was a bunch of complaints from like the staff and the kids and the parents and everything, obviously, right? It's kind of crazy. And I was like, why the fuck are they complaining? Give him a golden wheelchair. Oh my God, he's my hero. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is incredible. After that, they did not talk over him for the rest of the fucking school year. They did not talk over him anymore. And I started coming up with my own lore about the guy, like he was a cryptid. I was like, if you go into an abandoned school and you yell wheelchair 3 times, you'll start crawling out of the desk. Dude, it's Mr. Johnson. Oh my God. We had another. There was another kid another teacher in junior high. Her name was Miss Frank, and she was an art teacher. It was my 7th grade art teacher, and I had heard rumors that she was like super aggressive towards kids, right? Like apparently she locked one of the kids in like the kiln room. She like slapped one of the kids in her art class because she was talking over her. And then one day I'm in class and I see her, like there's one bitch mouthing off to her, right? And she comes over with a pair of clay cutters. You know what clay cutters are? It's just 2 pieces of wood with a wire across. And she goes up behind the kid and puts it around their neck. It was like, you better shut the fuck up my classroom, bitch. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is the same exact junior high where the slug man was, dude. Like this is, look, dude, I'm not making fun of Mr. Johnson. I love him, all right? Honestly, to me, I think we should make an initiative where we put more of those people in schools. Because we can scare the shit out of the kids enough to listen, that would be absolutely incredible. I think we'd have smarter kids. If there's just like some dude with like no arms chasing a kid around the class and like, shut the fuck up, that would be awesome. I would listen. I would have been just straight A student if there was like all the teachers were nothing but that. Shut the fuck up, Pinky. I'm doing a set, dude. God, you are like a child right now. It's crazy. They're acting more mature than you right now.
Our cutoff was an hour and a half ago.
Oh, well, we were supposed to start 2 hours ago, so whose fault is that? Yeah. And I'm going to do as long as my fucking set as I want to, Pinky. For making me wait so long.
It's your mic. I gotta go.
This is my mic. It is. I did bring this from home. That's why it smells like this.
I know.
You got facial hair. Brandon, you got facial hair. At the end of a long day, do you ever sit there and like smell whatever you were just eating or drinking for that day?
Yes.
Yeah? It's incredible, right? You're just like, ah. It's just a mixture of smells. Are you serious? You're cutting us off?
Thank you for having us, Zay. All the barbershop employees here are welcome to us. Give it up, Ogden! Please have us back! Maybe a roast battle, something that's not this, I guess.